Welcome to Midday on this Friday. I'm your host, Jaden Jefferson. And coming up on today's show, we're going to Perrysburg virtually to hear about an upcoming event. And then later we'll hear from the local man who has gained instant social media stardom. But first, we're going to start with a check of your first forecast. Expect a high in the upper 70s and a low in the upper 50s. There is the potential for scattered showers. Back this year, it's the annual Believe Center Carnival at their headquarters in the Old South End. According to organizers, kids and families can enjoy rides, games, food, and entertainment. The hours today are 5 to 10 p.m., but no worries if you can't make it out today. Everything opens back up on Saturday at noon and continues till 10 p.m. For the final day on Sunday, everything starts at the same time, but instead ends at 6 p.m. So later this month, the Great Race is making a stop in Perrysburg. So joining me to explain exactly what this is Christine Best. She is the executive director of the Perrysburg Convention and Visitors Bureau. So it's a mouthful. Good morning.
It really is a lot to spell too. So we love to call it just Visit Perrysburg. Makes it easy to find us online. That's our website, visitperrysburg.com. And it speaks to directly what we do for a living. So we're getting people to come and enjoy what Perrysburg has to offer.
And there are a bunch of people that are about to make their stop in Perrysburg later this month. So give people an idea of what the Great Race is.
So those that might not know, the Great Race is a cross-country rally. It's not really a race so much as it is a rally, and it's for vehicles that are 50 years or older. And they travel this year, they go cross-country every summer, but this year they're going from Rhode Island to North Dakota, and they're coming through Ohio, and Perrysburg gets to be the overnight stay. So we are the only overnight stop for Ohio on the Great Race Tour this summer. And someone was asking, is it about speed? Is it about agility? And it's about performance. So they have criteria that they have to meet. They actually get penalized if they arrive early. So there's things they do with their vehicles to kind of level the playing field. So those cars that might have a faster engine, don't always have a leg up on those that are an older vehicle. So a few years ago, they even had a Model T that won. So that tells you the scope of this race. So they're coming across the state. They're having lunch in Medina, and then they're hitting Perrysburg. We're so excited to have them. They're going to arrive in the downtown about 4:30 in the afternoon. There'll be an arrival ceremony where for every minute for 2 hours, they will announce each car. That's how many vehicles are coming into town. So a car a minute for 2 hours straight. And they're going to give a little rundown of what the vehicle is, what the driver knows about things. And then they're going to get parked on Louisiana Avenue, where folks that are coming to visit can actually enjoy talking with them, learning more about the vehicles, but not only about the car component. We have a kids zone where there's inflatables and there's face paint, and that is brought to us by one of our local automotive companies, and that's Yark. They partnered with us to help with that. Mercy Health actually is helping us present the entire Great Race Pit Stop Party. So it starts at 4:30. And it goes until 8:30 at night. We've got food trucks. There's a window decorating contest for the downtown merchants. We know that there's going to be quite a few people. They were estimating 8,000 to 12,000 originally. And now I think because so many people are excited to get out and enjoy summer, they're saying between 12,000 and 15,000 people might come to Perrysburg that night. So it's a really good thing for Northwest Ohio. You don't have to love cars. It helps. But we are also doing, during the pit stop party, our own car show.
And downtown Perrysburg really has changed a lot because now it's becoming more of a destination for people who are hanging out on a Friday night and visiting local restaurants, So really seeing that downtown atmosphere just change and just grow and become really an ideal, part of Northwest Ohio for a lot of people. What has that been like?
Oh, it's been fantastic. We love that we're a destination and marketing organization. The Visit Perrysburg people, I have a pretty easy job because look at my surroundings I get to talk about. But yeah, and with Dora, I think that makes a big difference. People love to enjoy a beverage while they stroll. They've extended the Dora down into Fifth Street now. So our downtown, and some people say it's called Uptown. It depends on if you're an old timer, if you call it uptown, because that was where you went for everything, was uptown. And now with the growth in Perrysburg, it's expanded so much that folks coming into the city actually sometimes call it downtown. So I call it the historic district. That way I'm not in trouble with anybody. But that historic district has spread out because of Dora. You're able to walk a little bit further with that cocktail or that beer and enjoy the night. You know, we have live music that's coming during the Great Race as well.
And when a lot of these proposals were announced of what could come to Perrysburg and what that Dora could look like, there was definitely a lot of excitement because, you know, people just love to have a good family atmosphere where everyone can have a good time. So what do you think Perrysburg, its future looks like as far as, you know, growing and expanding even Dora really?
Well, and that's a good point too, because we actually have two Doras in Perrysburg. There is the Dora in the historic district and also at Levis Commons. And so there's opportunities for growth everywhere in this community. We are really a very family friendly town. There is so much to do, from the arts, from music, from you know, so many things to do here. And then we also have two Dora districts, which is unique. You know, there's not a lot of those in Northwest Ohio, but being a waterfront community, Jaden, we don't really talk about that a whole lot. But that's one of my goals, is to bring light to the fact that you can come down and stroll right along the Maumee River and enjoy a night.
And I just know I'm not the only one who wants to go to Perrysburg right now and sit down in front of the water and just have a great day. I mean,
I'd love to have you.
So much to do.
I forgot to tell you that during the Great Race Pit Stop Party, the Wienermobile is coming to Perrysburg, which makes me so happy. I need to get out more often, but I was so excited. And they acknowledged our request to come, and then they confirmed that they were. So they will be here as well. We even have NASCAR coming.
It's Friday, June 10th, 2022, and here's a look at some of the stories that are making news at midday. Ryan Kelly, a Republican candidate for governor in the state of Michigan, was arrested Thursday afternoon by the FBI. Kelly's home, which was where he was apprehended, was also searched. This is all in connection to his role in the January 6th riots at the Capitol building in Washington, D.C. last year. A woman has been arrested in connection to a Wednesday night shooting in the city of Toledo. Kenyatta Wilson is accused of shooting 38-year-old Antoine Williams, who is being treated at a local hospital for non-life-threatening injuries. Wilson was taken into custody at the scene with no incident. After facing a judge on Thursday, her bond was set at $50,000 with no percent. Wilson was ordered not to have contact with the victim and is due back in court on the 16th. Let me say I have a treat for you guys today. I'm now joined by Dr. DeOnte Moss, and if you've been on Facebook anywhere in the Glass City, you've likely come across one of his posts, likely with the hashtag #NosyNeighbor. So give me an idea of how this got started.
Well, you know what, the first time I did it, I was really just trying to make my wife laugh and just some of my neighbors. And it was a situation going on where the cops came by, and I just was really trying to be nosy, just trying to figure out what was going on. But when I made that post, I ended up eventually posting it to Facebook. It instantly went viral. So then I started to use it as a marketing strategy for my book. So I have a book called Push, Pray Until Something Happens Every Day. So I navigate through the juvenile justice system, foster care, drug addicted parents, but faith got me to my journey to where I'm at today, Dr. DeOnte Moss. So I started marketing the book, like putting it into, I put it in a grill, I put it on an ironing board and started ironing, and a whole bunch of different other variety of different situations that I would just do, just silly stuff while the police were or the fire department was around. And I started getting more and more book sales. But then even eventually after that, later, police officers would talk to me, reporters, and they would tell me about how it bridged the gap between the police officers and the community. So they were like, keep doing it. I enjoy it. You know, it makes us all laugh and it brings us together. So I was like, I can't stop now. Yeah.
And it was crazy because, you know, seeing at all of these different scenes that you've been at, you know, doing your work. And of course, you're actually a drama teacher, which is something that I don't think a lot of people know. So this is really, really your thing. Yeah. So how do you find out about these different things?
Well, I don't look for them. I kind of like just drive by. And if I see something and I feel like it's a safe environment, then it's total improv. I'll just grab something out of my car or do something silly, and I just do it. And it does come from my background. I studied theater at the University of Toledo, and I am a drama teacher, so I'm kind of used to
Right.
me and my friends do improv stuff all the time, but it's just, I guess the world is just now seeing it now. So I never know what I'm gonna do. I never know how it's gonna be done. I just kind of do it, and then sometimes I scratch it because I don't think it's like, oh, that wasn't that funny, or sometimes it's gold. So.
It definitely has been gold a lot of the time, and I've enjoyed watching them. But to see other people that are taking so much joy from this, and then like you mentioned earlier, seeing the gap bridging between the community and police department, what has that meant to you personally?
Well, I think it's a great thing. You know, police, they haven't been looked at in the best light lately because of, you know, some of the shootings and stuff like that. But I know I have family that's personally police officers, have cousins, friends, and you know, they're not all bad, you know, and I believe that anything, if we can get that connection, then it'll be a great thing. I honestly believe that, you know, I've seen a lot of my friends just get hired to the police department recently and become firefighters, and I think that's an excellent start and a great idea because I think people need to police their own neighborhoods. And when I see, you know, some of my friends that grew up in their neighborhood now monitoring and making sure those neighborhoods are safe, I can't do nothing but smile.
And one thing that really good thing that came out of this, of course, as you mentioned, has been more people that are finding this book and telling this story. So if you want to, you know, allow people to find this story, how can they find it and pick it up for themselves?
Well, that book is available anywhere and everywhere books are sold. You can get it on Amazon, you can get it at Walmart, Barnes & Noble, or you can even go to my website, which is mossandmarriage.com, and get a copy as well. Or you can cash at me at $ Deonte Moss, which is my name, and I could drop one off to you. So.
Well, this has really been a treat for me. Dr. Deonte Moss, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Jaden.
And that is Midday for this Friday. Have a great lunch break. Bye-bye.